welcome to the deep dive. So you sent us this document about a project scheduling process, Timebars, it's called.
That's the one.
And we're basically going to jump straight in, figure out how it works, and why it might be a good way to streamline project management.
Right, sort of the fast track to getting it.
Exactly. You want the core workflow, the main benefits, without getting bogged down in every single detail.
Yeah, avoid the weeds. And right from the start, Timebars seems interesting in how it sets up the foundation.
Okay, yeah, the foundation.
Yeah.
So step one is setting up the resource pool and the metadata.
Right.
The document says you download a spreadsheet template. There's a mention of a hamburger icon, those 3 lines.
Standard menu thing.
You fill out a resources tab IDs, names, roles, skills, rates,
Yeah.
the usual info.
All the key resource data, yeah.
And then, this sounds neat, you just drag and drop that file onto the canvas. That must be the main visual area.
Seems like it. And that action creates your centralized resource pool.
Which sounds like a big deal, having everything in one place.
Oh, absolutely. It's more than just convenient. It gives you that visibility across all your projects. Helps avoid overbooking people, make sure the right skills are actually free when you plan to use them.
Okay, makes sense. And the metadata part, it mentions a tags table.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? How does that work?
Well, think of it like custom labels for your projects.
Yeah.
You set up attributes, whatever's important for you to track, and you can use those to organize and filter your projects.
By department or strategic initiative or risk level.
Exactly. It moves beyond just simple folders. Could be really powerful for reporting later on.
Gotcha. Okay, so foundation's set. How do you actually build the schedule itself in this Timebars?
Right, the schedule. You start with work packages. The doc says they're usually orange bars on the screen.
Okay, main blocks of work.
Yeah. And then under those, you create the individual tasks.
Makes sense.
But the really intuitive part seems to be setting up dependencies, linking tasks together.
How does that work?
It's drag and drop. You literally draw a line between tasks on the screen to show, this task has to finish before that one can start.
Oh, nice. That visual linking is, well, it's a huge advantage compared to cracking predecessors in a spreadsheet column.
Right.
I've been there. It gets messy.
Tell me about it. And it mentions automatic adjustments too.
Right. What happens there?
If you reschedule a task, say, push its finish date out, any tasks that depend on it automatically shift later too.
Okay, so it maintains the logic. Saves a ton of manual fiddling.
Exactly. But importantly, you can override that. You can apply constraints.
Constraints, like rules.
Yeah, think of them as rules.
Yeah.
Like if a task absolutely must start on a specific date, regardless of its predecessor, you can set that constraint.
Ah, okay. So you get the automation, but also the manual control when you really need it. That balance is, well, it's pretty critical for real-world stuff.
Definitely. Okay, so schedule structure is clear. What about getting people onto those tasks? Resource allocation.
How does that part work? Pulling from that central pool.
Yep. There's something called a resource allocator interface. You use that to assign your team members who are already defined in that pool we talked about to the specific tasks.
And does it track effort or cost?
It does. As you assign someone, it apparently calculates the hours and the costs automatically based on the rates you put in the resource pool spreadsheet earlier.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you get immediate cost feedback while you're building the schedule. That's pretty powerful for keeping budgets in check.
Yeah, seems really useful. And it also lets you visualize resource usage across the timeline.
Why is that visualization so important?
Well, seeing who's assigned to what and when helps you spot bottlenecks before they happen. You can see if someone's got 3 tasks all due in the same week. It helps prevent overallocation.
Right. Burning people out or creating impossible deadlines.
Exactly. The document calls it ensuring optimal workforce distribution, making sure the work is spread out reasonably.
That proactive view. Yeah, that can save a lot of headaches down the road. Okay, one last piece. Tracking progress. How does Timebars handle that once the project actually starts?
Baselines. It says you can set unlimited baselines with just a single click.
Unlimited. Wow. So a baseline is like a snapshot of the plan at a certain point in time.
Precisely. Your original plan may be a revised plan after a scope change. You can save multiple versions.
And why is that useful?
It allows for enhanced visualization and variance reporting. You can easily overlay your current progress against, say, the original baseline, and the most recently approved baseline to see how things have shifted.
Ah, I see. So you get a much richer picture of where things are deviating from the plan or multiple plans. That's quite sophisticated.
Yeah, seems like it.
Okay, so let's pull it all together. What are the main takeaways here, the key benefits of this time bars approach?
Well, it looks like you get really efficient resource management thanks to that central pool and the visual allocation.
Mm-hmm. And the costing.
Right. Then there's the clear scheduling, the visual dependencies, the automatic adjustments, but also the constraints for control.
Yeah, the intuitive building part.
And finally, that robust progress tracking with the multiple baselines for comparison. It really seems focused on giving you clarity and control over the whole process.
Clarity and control, nicely put. So for you, thinking about your own projects, maybe consider how implementing something visual and centralized like this could change things.